at the beehive, all the bees are behaving. That's because that's what God wants us to do. We learn our verses from our Bibles, and we like to show them to you. It all starts with Queenie. She knows the verse. She'll tell her stories and what we learned. Peyton is the patient, Willow is wise, Jenny is generous all the time, Dillon happy is so diligent, Louie is so loving, Hudson he is humble as he fights his pride, Grace is always graciously gracious, and then the gentle Jimmy, that's the bees at our hive. Here at the beehive, all the bees are behaving. That's because that's what God wants us to do. We learn our verses from our Bibles, and we like to show them to you.
Good morning, children. Welcome to our Beehive for Memory Monday. Let's see what our story is today. Today's story is Be Diligent, Dillon. Our memory verse is Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids help me say that? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. That was unbelievably well done, children. Settle in now. Let me tell you all about Dillon, the bee who learned to be diligent. Once upon a time, in a buzzing beehive, there lived a curious little bee named Dillon. Dillon wasn't like the other bees. He was always off exploring instead of helping with the honey making. There's so much fun to be had and so much exploring to do. I can't just be cooped up working. A busy bee like me needs excitement. Busy, busy, buzz, buzz. Busy, busy, fun, fun, fun. His friends Grace, Jenny, Peyton, Willow, Jimmy, Louie, and Hudson were busy as bees preparing for the upcoming busy season. Bless our hearts. This is hard work, Grace said, wiping the sweat from her forehead. It is, Louie agreed. Can I help you in any way? He asked, handing Grace a handkerchief. Bless your heart. Grace wiped the sweat from her brow. What a sweet offer. Let's keep up this work. Bruh, this work is making me sweat too. Hudson sat on a large daisy petal, reaching for his own handkerchief. Let me get that for you, offered Jimmy. Oh no, it's my pleasure, my guy, Hudson insisted. Joining the others, Willow looked about, surveying the work they'd already completed. Look how much we've done! This should please the Queen. It's time to review our verse. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids say that with me? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Unbelievable! Great job! Let's move on with our story. One sunny morning, as the flowers bloomed and the meadow beckoned, Dillon flitted away from the hive, eager to discover new adventures. His friends diligently gathered nectar and pollen, working together to create the sweetest honey in the entire meadow. Dillon flitted about the flowers on the edge of the forest, singing, "There's so much to see and do. Gotta go, gotta run, gotta buzz, buzz, buzz. Busy, busy, buzz, buzz. Busy, busy, fun, fun, fun." Dillon decided he was getting tired, but he hadn't noticed until just then how far he'd traveled away from his home. He decided to spend the night at the Beeswax Hotel. Sadly, when he tried to pay for his room, his debit card was rejected. He had not worked all week, and now his money was gone. It's time to review our verse. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids say that with me? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Unbelievable! Great job! Let's move on with our story. Days passed and the hive bustled with activity. Grace, Jenny, Peyton, Willow, Jimmy, Louie, and Hudson toiled, ensuring every drop of nectar was transformed into gold and honey. But Dillon was nowhere to be found. Concerned for their friend, the bees decided to search for Dillon. "Let's not rush into anything. He's probably fine," Peyton said, while looking about to see what the others were thinking. Jenny looked up from her snack bag and said, "I'd like to check on him. Maybe he's gone off to look for a snack. I'd gladly give him my snack if he was hungry." Always the thoughtful, careful, and wise bee, Willow said, "I think it would be wise to look for him either way." Meanwhile, out in the forest, Dillon spots an intriguing fallen log. His curiosity is spiked. He decided he needed to explore. Seeing something new, Dillon forgot his troubles and focused on his newfound adventure. Maybe he'd even sleep in there. Busy, busy, buzz, buzz. Busy, busy, fun, fun. Dillon buzzed as he flew into the log to explore. He thought that maybe the other bees might be wondering where he was, but the need to know what was inside the log was more important at the moment. He flew far into the log. Busy, busy, buzz, buzz. This is so much fun. I may never go back to work. It's time to review our verse. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids say that with me? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Unbelievable! Great job! Let's move on with our story. Dillon wasn't in the log long before he realized it had gotten darker. He was far into the log now, and when he turned to look, he saw why. A giant bear was sniffing the log and had spotted him. The bear looked hungry, and Dillon was scared. Busy, busy, buzz, buzz. I see a bear, and that's no fun. The bear growled as he looked Dillon right in the eye. Dillon moved further from the hole, but the log was cracking, and he was scared it would break open and let the bear capture him. He moved further into the log and wished his friends were there. He would give anything to be back working and safe. It's time to review our verse. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids say that with me? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Unbelievable! Great job! Let's move on with our story. After many hours of searching, Peyton suddenly stopped mid-flight. Pointing to the fallen log, she asked her friends, "Isn't that Dillon there in the log?" Grace gasped. "Bless his heart! It looks like he's been trapped by a bear." The frightened bees looked to one another while thinking as hard as they could about how to help their friend. "We have to do something," shouted Grace. "Maybe if we all sting the bear, he'll be frightened away from the log so that Dillon can escape." Shocked, Hudson disagreed. "It If we sting the bear, our bottoms will fall off and we'll die. I don't want to die. Hudson wept loudly, flapping his wings in panic. Always the wise bee, Willow shushed her friend. Hudson, it's okay. We're not going to die, and I don't think we need to sting the bear. There has to be a calm way to resolve the situation. We could try and talk to the bear. He might have a reason for being so upset with Dillon, Grace offered. Let me go try. Grace took a deep breath and flew slowly to the bear. Softly, she spoke in his ear. Excuse me, Mr. Bear. My friend is trapped in a log, and I think you frightened him. Is there something I can help you with so you can let my friend go? The bear's growl and frown softened as he brought his head out from the log and looked at Grace. He just wants out? He doesn't want to sting me? Grace shook her head. Of course he doesn't, Mr. Bear. He was just exploring. He means you no harm. Mr. Bear stepped away from the log. Oh, please forgive me. You see, this log here is my resting pillow. When I saw your friend in there, I thought he wanted to sting my head, and I was terribly frightened. Dillon's friends called him. Dillon slowly and cautiously came out from the log, and his friends met him with hugs. Grace smiled at Mr. Bear. Thank you, Mr. Bear. You can take your nap now, and we'll be on our way. Mr. Bear smiled and waved to his new friends. Goodbye, friends. Now that I know you mean me no harm, please come and visit me from time to time. It's time to review our verse. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Can you kids say that with me? Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Unbelievable! Great job! Let's move on with our story. With newfound determination, Dillon joined the honey-making efforts. He gathered nectar alongside Grace, helped Jenny and Peyton with the delicate dance of pollination, and added his touch to the honeycombs. Willow, Jimmy, Louie, and Hudson welcomed him with cheerful buzzes. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the beehive glittered with the fruits of their labor. The honey was abundant, and the meadow echoed with the hum of satisfaction. Dillon felt a sense of pride and belonging, realizing that his diligence contributed to the hive's success. From that day forward, Dillon remained an active part of the honey-making team, learning that each bee, no matter how adventurous, plays a vital role in the hive's prosperity. And so, in the heart of the meadow, Dillon and his friends continued their sweet journey, united in the joy of creating the most delectable honey under the sun. Let's say the memory verse together one last time today. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth.